This dollar, orí wọn ò dá ṣáwọn náà yà sí $100. Ìmọ̀ mi ṣàtiwà pa kó dẹ̀ jọra. Anyway, shout out to Fola for that crazy line. That's a crazy line. But on this particular, um, this is gonna be a quick one. Shout out to, I'm gonna say it. Let me put my phone down. Be serious for once. So shout out to all my followers. It would be wrong for me not just to say something. I left for almost like 3 months and I'm back. For people that might be following my page, shout out to all the men that I have in Nigeria. Most of my followers are really, really men. 92 point something of my followers are just men. And excuse me, and that tells me a lot about the impact we're making. So shout out to everybody that retweets, that do comments, that do, express their mind, and to all the critics too out there. So irrespective of how you might pick it. But this is something that we try to do for next year. So I'm trying to try this if it makes sense. You guys can let me know. This one is just gonna be for review on Seyi Vibe album, Fuji Moto. And I did one of my experiences, just share my views by typing, but I felt like it would be nice to be putting my voice out once in a while. I respectfully shout out to all the musicians, in the music industry that have been doing this for a long time. And for the young ones that are coming to the game, turning the game to the level where the old ones are being challenged to go back to the studio. So one thing I'm just gonna say about Seyi Vibe album is really cool. Like the Fujimoto's is something a lot of people might not know. Is the fact that Seyi Vibe understand SEO. So for you that might be in cybersecurity or maybe online, try to Google what it means by SEO. I'm not gonna give the free game out, but you really understand because when you listen to the lyrics, it's deep and how he was able to fine tune to the level where it could make sense and can be done with SEO is something that is magical. When you listen to the songs and the verse, it's not easy for artists to combine so many, stories. And sometimes it's coming from their pain. And before you can turn your pain to where people can listen to you and reason and find themselves in your music, that's talent. And but what I'm gonna be talking about is Seyi Vibe. I've been able to understand the SEO for his lyrics. But what about your fan base? And I'm gonna only use two songs. I put it down on my phone. Allow me guys to just go through my phone because I'm not talking this off head. And one of the songs is I'm gonna be using the song that I listened to, the one he had with L.E. Chapo, if I'm saying the name correctly. I hope I'm saying the rapper name correctly. But while I'm doing that, guys, yeah, the song he has with Macho, I'm talking about Macho Future, NLE, yeah, Chopper, if I'm saying the name correctly. So one thing that I didn't understand by doing my research about is like, the word itself is something that's gonna work for SEO. Just take it or leave it. It's gonna do the magic. And that is something a lot of people does not understand in the music industry in Nigeria. Don't just sing for yourself, even though you're singing for yourself. Try to understand the game. Now, Sheyi Baba the label, based on everything we have this year, was able to top the chart on Audio Mac, something a lot of people doesn't put too much attention, even though Audio Mac does not officially have their own list. But some a lot of prominent magazines and newspapers take it up based on what we have, and he makes him to show the level of how he understood the SEO in terms of his lyrics. And I'll break down one. I'm going to use another song which is Shaolin. Now this is another trick people don't understand. When you say the word Shaolin, that's a culture in Chinese. So imagine everybody searching Shaolin and Seyi Vibe is coming on board. Definitely it's going to help his SEO. Now, how does that help his SEO? When you listen to Shaolin very, very well, there's some keywords again. It's not just about the song. Now, first of all, the title, Work for Shaolin. When you listen to the lyrics, it's going to give you, like, there's a way he just he understand that thing so well. It's like the hooks, is so strong that by the time you just search Shaolin, I don't care where you are in the world, Sheyi Vibe's name is going to pop up. And when it pop up, because of the level of how the world is attracted to Nigeria right now, definitely, even people that don't understand want to listen to it. But unfortunately, the stories is telling are very, very deep that we want you to want to enjoy it. And it's something that people I can study from him, I'm not going to lie. And another thing I know he knows how to do is, the curiosity of saying somebody said, you know, don't forget about the word Fujimoto. That's That's legendary. That's a name that's been existing even before Seyi Vibe, respect you. But for him to now to bring it and the stories can still go with the Fuji Moto. And if you listen to the album, like I think every track, they keep repeating Fuji Motos. That's SEO for people that understand. I'm not going to say too much on that. And the one thing, but this is where I'm going to focus on for him and his management is the fact that even having this high discovery organic stream from people searching one word that they've never heard once, somebody can just Shaolin, I'm gonna make a search Shaolin before you know it to search and save up Shaolin. It's definitely gonna bring his SEO now. What that does is gonna be popping up on YouTube, on Google, on every area. Once you share it, boom. But the problem that I think is really, really having is even with all those things, number is coming fast, the song is traveling globally. Seyi Vibe, I think I did a review when I said Seyi Vibe was being, in America here. Unfortunately, I'm in London now, so I've not been able to move around. But in America, Seyi Vibe is well known because of the way the SEO just work. But with everything, with the album that I rate 7.5 over 10, the problem I think he's having is he doesn't know how to convert these things into organic fan base. Seyi Vibes is having 2 point something billion on audio max. But guess what? He doesn't have the fan base like Davido. Respectfully, I don't try to compare them. I'm just trying to tell his team it's something I can focus on. And I wish Nigerian artists can just understand structure. It's definitely going to put a lot of it's going to make things easy because you can easily go after some people because when you have a structure that make them to bind them to do the right thing, you definitely can scold your team and tell them like, why are you not following this? But most of all the Nigerian celebrities back home does not even have a structure. You can see when they talk, you can see they have this team. A lot of people are a bunch of, you know what, I don't want to be disrespectful, but for me, the album is good. Every track is wonderful. The SEO is so superb that I know it's working. So if you're out there as a musician, Google and try to understand what SEO means, and then you can take advantage of that. But for Seyi Vibe album, respectfully, it's a good album. It's really nice. But the problem I think Seyi Vibe is having is he doesn't know how to convert all this thing to fan base. And I hope his team can really work for him in 2026 because he's been putting out the work. Seyi Vibe is somebody I've been following more than like 5, 6, 7, if I'm correct, 6 years that I've been listening to when he was dropping. Was it there? One of his track was 1111. I can't remember of 1115 or something. So there's a lot of his songs that I've been following, and I do say back then, people that are around me doing like I always play Seyi Vibe song. Like I know he's gonna be big, but he's so big right now that his team is not leveraging him. He's been able to work with Honor. He's been able to work with nearly everybody in terms of what I'm saying, and it's keeping up his pace. I did a review. I think last year when I was talking about he doesn't really have to focus on trying to manage a lot of people. We can tell where that is right now. The stress, especially in the Nigerian music industry, is so deep. I kind of rushed my review because it's something I'm trying to see maybe it's going to work. So if you think this is something you like, you can put your comment and let me know what you feel about Seyi Vibe album. If you think what I'm saying is making sense, you can drop your own piece, your own view. And if you think what I'm saying doesn't go by you because you're one of his fans, something you could definitely express your mind to. And we can all try to share our mind, but one thing I will tell you is I don't take this for granted. My goal is never to disrespect any artist for their artistic work or to disrespect anybody in the Nigerian music industry, but I just feel like it's time, based on the name people call me, don't like it's time to just to start putting some things respectfully to help us realize things. And one thing that I think a lot of Nigerian artists, even entertainment world, need to work on next step for 2026 is please, guys, can you just work on structure? Not just a lot of people talk, but behind the closed door, they can't even read the contracts properly. They can't even sign. They don't even understand what it means. I've invited a lot of people, artists, to come for interview, and when I give them a waiver to sign, they don't even understand it. That makes me to understand we have a long way to go. So shout out to Seyi Vibes vs Fuji Motos. If you enjoy the review, drop your comment.